Susie.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Episode 299.
And let me say, you are looking ravishing.
It's so much worse when you don't rhyme.
Oh, right. Did you think I was going to?
I knew you weren't, but I was like, it would be so much more satisfying.
Oh my gosh. I should have said you look so fine.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Oh my God. I was just thinking too much about your cute turtleneck and how it's been so long since I've seen you in one of those.
This one is my Abso fave because it is comfortable but not itchy.
Oh, that's very important. I feel
And
like it's
warm,
been a
but not
while
itchy.
since I've seen you in a turtleneck or posting them on Instagram. And I was wondering, is this because you felt like you overdid it and then hung up the turtlenecks, or maybe
Remember
folded the turtlenecks, I guess.
I had to mute that word on my Instagram, turtleneck.
No. Did you really?
Because I was
Stop
getting
it.
mad at people for being like, that's not a turtleneck or whatever. I get annoyed.
That is so funny. Okay, well, that's why I had to say something because I knew it was funny.
Well, it's freaking freezing, and I heard that it was snowing in parts of LA this morning.
What?
And I was like, yeah, and we went to Vegas last week, and it snowed on the way home in the desert.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow. That's a weird one. Vegas
It really
with snow.
was.
Like cactuses
And
with snow. Cacti with snow.
There was tons of traffic, and I feel like it was because people were losing their minds about the snow.
Yeah. Man, you forget, that desert can get super cold.
Yeah.
It's like that here where, not Vegas style, but it's like high desert where we live. And the other morning there was frost on my, ice on my windshield. I was like,
You're
what the
not
fuck
used
is
to
this?
that.
Yeah. Like, what is this thing? What is this? Do I have to buy a scraper?
Right. Gosh, I should get you a scraper for your birthday. What are you feeling about your birthday, which actually is going to be when this airs?
Happy birthday to me. Usually I'm just like whatevs about birthdays, but for some reason this 33 thing is really I feel like this is, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I definitely don't have it all figured out, but I definitely have it more figured out than I did last birthday. So
Just keeps getting better.
yeah, no complaints over here.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And what do you hoping you get or hoping you do or whatever?
Well, I did ask Landon for a cute watering can.
That is funny.
So-
for
and he was
your
like-
indoor plants?
Yes. And he was
Yeah.
like, I tried to find you one for Christmas. They don't eat, they're so hard to find. And I told him it's because that was not gardening season, and now it is. So go out
Okay.
and keep searching, honey.
Believe it or not, IKEA has really cute watering cans.
You know what? I was searching on Pinterest for, cutest watering cans, and the IKEA one, it was always at the top of the list. I'm just going to have to go there, and it's probably $5. And,
That's a nice little thing to ask for.
yeah.
Are you trying to
keep it.
recover from the disastrous spider or bug infestation you had?
Bug. Oh my gosh, of the houseplants. I was like, oh my God, right, the houseplants. Yeah. There's an area of my house that is just not designed, there's no plant that's going to be able to survive there except one of those ones that never dies. But I need a hanging plant, and it was just too moist and not the right. I think it was right under a heater or something.
Yeah.
And so I just swapped it for a really good artificial looking plant, and I'm just for that one section. The rest of them
All
aren't
right.
real. But
I'll allow it.
you'll allow it.
I don't actually have a problem with artificial plants. Some people get really hung up on that.
Yeah, no, I mix it up, and I'll have a couple that are not real, and then most of them are. But
Because remember when you guys were selling your condo and you had orchids in the bathroom, and then the flowers fell off, and that is a real problem when you want nice flowers in your bathroom, but it's very hard to make things grow in there.
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of plants that I was actually just looking at this last night. Plants that do well in bathrooms.
Yeah.
And you have to get ones that really like the moisture, ones that
right.
they even have plants for dark rooms and stuff. There's a plant called the ZZ plant. That one's really good. And then that snake plants are really good for that.
We're turning into those crazy plant ladies.
Yep. Totally.
I love it.
Crazy plant lady is the new cat lady.
And it's, you know, it's good. It's good for your brain, good for your air.
Yeah,
What's not
totally.
to love?
Right, nothing. And it makes the house look so good. Every time I take them out and like take them outside to get some rain and everything, Landon's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "They're just outside getting some, you know, getting a little drink."
Every time you have a birthday now, I feel like I'm celebrating that number of years since I've been drunk.
Yes, same. That is same here. I'm like, 30. I remember the last time I took my shot.
This is our third anniversary of like quasi sobriety.
Yes. Oh, never again. And you know what? Probably 3 years since I've had like hard alcohol.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know,
maybe
don't
like
hold
a
me to that,
margarita
but,
every once in a while.
here and there, but like not. I probably have had one margarita in the past year.
Yeah, forget it.
Because I just can't
too
do
old
it.
for that shit.
I know. And then I was out with some of Landon's clients, and oh my gosh, they were from. They were his Asian importers, and man, did they like to drink. And they were like at the bar, they're like, "Yeah, we'll have that." And they're like, "Oh, a shot?" They're like, "No, the whole bottle." I'm like, what? This is I can't do this. And so I kept on trying to put myself to bed, and they like grabbed my hotel room key and were like, "Nope, you have to have this." And I had to like fake do shots. I'm like, I can't do this.
No, I do not like when people peer pressure other people into drinking.
Right.
No,
but you can like probably peer pressure me into other things like candy. I'm for it. Cookies.
Candy.
I can't say no.
No, I'm not. No thanks on the liquor.
Yeah.
We hardly know her.
Oh my God, you just took the words right out of my mouth, Susie. I was going to say those exact same things. Liquor.
I do.
I just met her.
I do think that your goofy sensibility has worn off a bit on me.
Probably.
At least when I'm around you.
I love that. Good. And maybe some of your, what's the word?
Bitterness?
I was going to say pessimism, but it's like, that's too strong of a word. Yes. Maybe that's rubbed off on me too, where I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake.
I just saw somebody commented on the picture of my mom on Instagram and was like, she's always so smiley. And I just wanted to say, I guess it skips a generation. But it's just, I find crabbiness funny, okay?
It is funny. I agree.
I should say, when we went to Vegas, we went to the Cirque du Soleil Love Show, which is the Beatles one.
Oh my gosh, did you love it or what?
I mean...
Sus, did you cry?
I cried like a fool.
How can you not, right?
I mean, nobody else was crying, though.
You know what's so funny is I thought the same when I went too.
You're kidding.
I was like, why isn't anybody else bawling? Nobody.
What's wrong with us?
I think what's wrong with them.
Yeah, because it's phenomenal. I mean,
I get chills thinking about it.
They don't have to do anything to make the Beatles good. So you're going into it being like, well, this is a guaranteed great show. And then Cirque du Soleil is so phenomenal that when you combine those two, ventures, it's like, oh, this is amazing.
And Suze, I think you should really treat yourself to purchasing that soundtrack.
Oh.
Because I did, and it is so good. The transition into Blackbird is one of the greatest, renditions of Blackbird I've ever heard.
Oh, and that's your favorite song, too,
yes,
or one of your favorite songs.
Yeah, they just do such a beautiful... You remember they just did such a beautiful... I assume it's probably the same show. And they did such a beautiful job with that song. Oh.
Yeah. So anybody that's going to Vegas, you should see that show. I saw that they have a Michael Jackson one, and I was wondering, do you think people will stop going to that now?
No. But they would stop going to an R. Kelly one, maybe.
Right. But, I mean, gosh...
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as bad because Michael's done abusing people, but...
Oh, God, even when you say it like that, it's like,
yeah, it's
awful.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not awful, and that's having a bra that fits.
Oh, Suze. Have I told you about my recent bra discovery?
No, what?
I thought I've been, and I've said before that, I got a better bra with Third Love, which is what we're going to be talking about. But even the bra that I thought was the right size wasn't the right size. So I really took the time and followed the instructions and measured myself and everything, I was buying a 36A. I'm a 32D.
Oh, what?
That is a huge... and I'm like, oh my God, this is what my boobs are... This is what it's supposed to feel like? It's life-changing.
That's really weird.
Take the time to actually like measure yourself and do it right, because I thought that was just something people said when they're like, chances are good you're in the wrong size bra.
Yeah,
no,
right.
It is fucking real. 15 years I've been wearing the wrong size one.
So now Sarah has her perfect fit, and you can have it too. They have a fit finder quiz. You just answer a few simple questions and you can find your perfect fit. And they have half sizes. They have 70 different sizes, which is like double the number most companies have. And it's convenient. You don't have to go anywhere. You just do it right from your house. And they have a fit guarantee. So you got 60 days. You can wear it, wash it, put it to the test. And if you don't love it, you can return it. And Third Love will wash it and donate it to women in need, which I think is really cool.
Oh, that's great.
And it really is the most comfortable bra you'll own. I promise. I don't kid around about being comfortable.
Right.
I would not promise that if it weren't true. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now, they are offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/brain now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/brain for 15% off today.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we're thoroughly caught up, shall we move on?
Yeah. Speaking of being shirtless or things that go under your shirts.
Yes.
Speaking of bras. Did you hear about the statue of Abraham Lincoln at the LA courthouse?
Yes. How did you hear about it?
What is going on with that?
Is it new?
That's my question, because it didn't seem like, from the articles that I read, it didn't seem like this was a new statue. It's just like all of a sudden come to our attention. Or is
right.
it new?
Well, it
I don't know.
doesn't look like him. So maybe people didn't realize it was him.
Oh,
of Abraham
maybe.
Lincoln with no shirt on. Because, like, does he even have that strap beard going on in
No. He's like a young man holding a book.
God.
And it's so homoerotic. I mean, maybe that's just me who, like, you know.
You're into that.
I'm into that. So, yeah, totally. Or maybe it's because I found the article on pride.com. So maybe I'm already like, because that's where I'm going for my information.
Yeah,
I'm already primed
to like it.
Yes. That he's like got his hand seductively in his pants, like
yes,
pointing to the bulge. What's
yeah,
happening?
like how you kind of like play
Like
with
a
your
swimsuit model.
waistband. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh! And some of the tweets were so funny. Somebody said more like Babraham Lincoln.
Well,
Or somebody else said 7 inches ago. The Gettysburg undressed.
you love it.
I love it. Oh, it's so funny.
Don't you wonder though how this came to be?
Yeah, but not then again. No, because I can kind of see like now I want to know who did it.
Well, yeah, but like, why is he shirtless?
Yeah, that is a good question.
And why is it at the LA courthouse?
Good, another good. Like, there's nothing in this any even like urban legends or myths or whatever you want to call them about Abraham Lincoln that said like, he rode horseback, rode bareback with no shirt on. There's no like tale of him being shirtless. Why did this come to be? And now I want to know, like, is the artist gay? Maybe.
Well, people think Abraham was gay. I don't know if you're
privy
to that.
No. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
Yeah.
That.
And him and Mary Todd, people think she had a lover, and maybe she was his beard.
Yes. I've been watching a lot of old Will and Grace, so they're like the original hag, and yeah,
he looks great as a statue with no shirt on. Like I'm not fighting against it. I love it, but it's
so
a bit
funny.
Odd. Yeah,
it is funny.
I saw that Lisa Bloom, she's Gloria Allred's daughter. She was saying that there's a lot of really weird statues at the LA courthouse, and she has to tell herself, like, don't look at them because she's trying to stay focused on her job as an attorney.
Yeah, that's so weird. That reminds me of the airport in Denver and all the weird shit there. Like, who's putting all this stuff on the walls?
That's what I want to know. Who is organizing this nonsense? But I love it.
Yeah, I do too. And like that the artist, like, you know, anytime an artist like sneaks in something, I like that. I'm into that.
Something cuckoo crazy.
Yeah, something cuckoo crazy.
I do. I mean, statues are funny like that, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo one that got fucked up and then the guy tried to redo it. Like those things make me laugh.
So
but
funny.
In this case, it's very well done. It's just sort of like, huh?
It is really beautiful.
They should do more shirtless statues.
Yeah. More like, that would be a funny series of like shirtless presidents and just show him in all, like he happened to be a slender man, but there are some ones that, you know, would make for some funny statues if.
Well, keeping with the shirtless theme as well, I read that these people that are from like the Free the Nipple organization, I think it was a class action suit, but whatever. 2 women went topless at a beach and got, you know, citations or whatever, got in trouble, and then sued to say, you know, it's not equal protection under the law. It's unfair that women can't show their nipples, but men can. And the judge did not find in their favor. And I was surprised because I don't know what the argument is to say that it is fair. You know what I mean? Like, because it seems like that is a violation of equal protection. Yeah. So I don't understand the law enough to know how they can decide, like, no, it is fair even though it's not equal.
Oh, my God. So it's basically like we've now labeled, you know, legally or like in that world, a part of the body that only belongs to women as illegal to be shown in public.
Yeah. Well,
that
men have nipples too.
Problematic.
Right. Like they were saying, they've essentially made it a crime to be female.
Oh, yeah, because what if you were here's where it's like, what the fuck? If I'm completely flat-chested.
Yeah.
Which I'm
like
not
Tig
too far
Notaro.
off from. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Suze, really good point.
Right.
So I'm topless and, oh my God, you know what? You can keep going with this. Say I'm transgender and, F2M, but not recognized yet by, like I haven't finished the hormones or I haven't had any of the operations that say, whatever it is. Or maybe I'm at month 11 of the 12 months or 24 months of therapy that I have to do in order to do a gender reassignment surgery or anything like that. And then you go out and presenting as a male, but you're not. What the fuck?
Right.
You can't be that there are so many, there's so much gray area. So if you're a dude who happens to have, say you have gynecomastia, isn't that when you have, male have, like, breast tissue?
Yes.
And you go out, is that illegal?
Right.
Is it called gynecomastia? I think it is.
Yes, it is. I think it's stupid and it makes no sense. I understand because we're culturally taught that it's obscene for women's breasts to be shown. Like if I saw breasts on the beach, it would be shocking to me. Mm-hmm. But when you think about it, it makes no sense. Yeah,
and where do you draw? Where do you draw the line? Where do you say it is okay and isn't okay?
So I thought when they filed the lawsuit that it would be found to be in their favor, but it wasn't. So
where was this filed?
New Hampshire. And so they don't know if they're going to appeal or how they're going to handle it.
They should appeal.
Yeah.
They definitely should.
Free the nipple.
Basically, just on our arguments alone. Let us go in there and just be like, excuse me.
True.
What the heck?
Perhaps you don't listen to Brain Candy and we think this is stupid.
Yes, that's exactly right. I mean, come on with that.
Yeah, the sexualization of the female body is a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's why women that are breastfeeding, can't show it on social media. It gets reported and all that stuff. And there's some pushback to that, but,
And Yeah. And I'm even thinking of, tribal customs in places where, I have like old National Geographics from like the 50s.
Right.
Where they have tons of women who have because that's until like colonization and, we came in being like, oh, cover up. Who gives a fuck? Then everybody was like, it's inconvenient. And this isn't part of our culture. So you're basically forcing people to follow, rule. Like, I don't know. It gets messy and I don't like it. I'm mad.
I don't like it either. I do like really soft underwear though.
Oh, good. Suze, I finally got mine.
How happy are you?
Oh, I did not understand really what you were saying by like, they're so comfortable. But I put them on and I out loud was like, how the fuck are these so comfortable?
Yeah.
Like, and then like, what have I been wearing? Like, what?
Yes.
Now no other underwear. Like, I put it on and I'm like, oh, this is awful. And I have to take it off. And don't get me started on their socks, which are also amazing.
Right? That's what I'm saying, where I was like, I liked my underwear before. I had no problem.
Right.
And then I tried MeUndies, and I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
This is what men have had all along?
Yeah.
They are made with micromodal fabric, which is a full 3 times softer than cotton. I don't even know what it is. It's just actual heaven as far as I'm concerned.
I'm thinking about it right now, and it's like making my skin feel good. Is that weird?
It's like your ASMR thing.
Yeah.
And they're great also for like just wearing to bed too, because they're so comfortable. And they have all different colors. They have classic, adventurous. They have like prints for the holidays and cute themes and shamrocks if you're, into that. And it's just really nice, soft loungewear that you will just die about. I promise you that. And they have a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, when you order MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. To get your 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, just go to MeUndies.com/braincandy. That's MeUndies.com/braincandy. They're amazing. You'll love them. Promise, promise.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to start buying the boys' short ones to wear to bed.
I got a pair.
Oh, what do you think?
They're great.
Yeah.
And that is what I do. I put them in my jammy drawer and I wear them at night. They're so nice.
Drawer. That was so cute.
I love me some jammies, my MeUndies jammies. Would you like to hear, I know you're dying to, the history of babysitting?
Oh, yes.
I saw this and I just thought, well, this is one I haven't done yet.
Yes.
And I didn't really think, like, what could the history possibly be? But it was actually a very fascinating article that was describing how something that actually makes a lot of sense, but I'd never thought of, which is that the term, so you know how we talked about how the dictionary is helpful in determining when something came to be.
Yeah.
And that term babysitting was added in 1937. And before that, it was really just called like either a nurse or I think they called it child caring or child rearing. And the babysitting term came to be around the post-war suburbs when people did not live near their families anymore. It used to be that if you were lower income or just sort of normal, then you lived near your parents or your sisters and brothers, and everybody just helped each other out. And so if you needed someone to watch your kids, you had all this family close by that would just handle it for you. And if you were going to go out for a night on the town, you were probably wealthy. And if you were wealthy, you probably had a whole live-in staff.
Yes.
And so there really wasn't this middle ground of, we just need someone for the evening and let's pay a teenage girl to do it. And so basically it combined this weird moment when it was becoming more acceptable for girls and women to work, but they were still supposed to do jobs that were like related to femaleness.
Yeah.
So babysitting was like the perfect combination of like, you can make some money, but you're still doing something that's socially acceptable for women to do. And then it was saying the only real mystery is why it's called sitting. Like they have these theories that...
Ooh, that's a good... because somebody had to yeah, that's the right.
Yeah, like what could it be though?
Babysitting.
The explanation sounds ridiculous, which they claim is that it's kind of like if a bird is sitting on its egg. That's ridiculous.
Oh, okay, babysitting.
It's like then they can't come up with anything that makes sense. They go for one of these real crazy ones.
Would you say like I'm sitting for your dog? Like I'm sit. Oh, now I.
Yeah, they said that came about in the late 21st century. So
what? I would have thought that would be before. Well,
no,
obviously
like
not. But I know like dog
sitting.
I mean, like the word "sitting" as far as like being a term for watching over.
Yeah,
something.
that started with babysitting.
Weird.
Yeah, why? It's so strange.
I don't know. I can't even come up with a good theory. And sitting on an egg seems like a dumb one.
That's all
because
we got.
Then why don't we call it babysitting when you're growing a baby? When you're pregnant, that seems like a more appropriate time to call it babysitting. Because once it's hatched, you don't sit on it anymore.
Hatched. Well, the article also talked about how up until this idea of usually a younger girl coming into your house, up until that point, the job was considered, something that a competent adult person did. But as soon as it became, usually a teenage girl, then it started to be sexualized. Yeah.
That's where my mind went to as soon as you said, like...
History of babysitting.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, not that, but just now when you were talking about it fell in the hands of, like, a young girl, my mind went to, like, what was there? Sienna Miller and Jude Law and that whole,
Well, and Ben Affleck and his... Yeah.
And she was the housekeeper, but Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right. And also they started to see these people as incompetent. You know how in movies they're portrayed as like always on the phone with their boyfriend and like it's because it's a like people don't value what girls bring. Yeah.
Oh,
it's terrible.
Gosh.
Right. Who knew?
And now I'm thinking like, did they never read The Babysitter's Club? Those girls were great.
Were you super into that?
Super. I read every book, like cover to cover. It was, well, obviously.
Why were those so popular?
I don't know. For me, it just felt like, I wonder too, like I've been thinking about this, like the books we read and how.
Yeah.
And even I was thinking about it with watching Will and Grace, how that was 20 years ago. Yeah. And a lot of the jokes would not, like I almost feel a little uncomfortable, like, ooh, that's kind of not PC anymore. A lot, Mm-hmm. And so I also was, it just made me think about everything that I read or watched and all this stuff when I was younger and just that influence and who was telling the story, who were the main characters. And I think The Babysitter's Club was just like, I'm not saying that it was exclusively for middle class to upper class white girls, but those were who the stories were about. And I liked it because it felt like I'm a babysitter. I do this stuff. But I'm sure that this only spoke to a very, it's not a very inclusive or diverse, series. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about that the other day. So weird that we're talking about this.
It said that in the article about babysitting was saying how there's this book on the history of babysitting, and it said the entire book assumes that the babysitters are white girls.
Yep.
When we don't know really, they didn't describe the history of babysitting in non-white, homes or boys that babysat or babysit. So that's a common thing, what you're describing.
Yes, it's almost like a privilege thing, really, because you even when you say the term, we need to get a babysitter. Now, my mind kind of goes to, okay, this is not a babysitter isn't like a child care or where you're sending the kids while you're working. It's almost like we're going out or we're going on vacation and we need a babysitter. So I even would imagine that in a lower socioeconomic group, that it would be not called babysitting. It would just be, you need to watch your brother, or you need to, like, I don't know. It
it
almost
might
has
look
a different,
like it used to, where
Yeah.
the community kind of
Yes.
just helps each other out.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it is a thing of privilege to think about why we need it, why we have it, why.
It was saying the term tends to mean when you're going out for the evening and the child will be asleep for a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. Whereas, nanny or childcare is like when you're at work.
Yeah.
Which is so weird.
That kind of makes the egg thing make more sense now, because if the kid's asleep all the time, it's just babysitting. You don't really have to watch them. And, oh man, I was a babysitter / nanny for a significant portion of my, working life. And, I remember when I was really young, my mom would always like, she was basically like, she like pimped me out to her friends for babysitting at like a ridiculous rate. Like one of her friends paid me 25 cents an hour. Are you kidding me?
No.
I was like 13 or 14. It was a joke. I'm like, what? Like for real? That was what? It's insane. I got like $2. That was crazy. And and I just remember that I didn't mind, though, because they always had Kraft macaroni and cheese at their house, and I was really just in it for the food. And I was like, yes, I get to go over to the house and eat all the food that I'm not supposed to eat at, my house and everything we don't even have. So I loved that.
I could go for mac and cheese today.
Right. It does feel like a mac and cheese kind of day.
My mouth is literally watering. That is so sad.
Oh, so good.
If your kids are sleeping, though, one way that they'll sleep even better is if you have Brooklinen sheets.
Ooh, cozy.
Cozy, cute, super soft. These sheets are like those 5-star hotel sheets that you really want, but you don't know how to get them because they just seem like they're just for hotels. But you can have them in your house, and you skip the middleman and get a great deal for sheets that were named the winner of the best of online bedding category by Good Housekeeping. My favorite thing about them is that you don't have to buy like that whole set. You know how like at the store you have to buy the whole darn set? Like we don't use top sheets, for example. So like, I might just want to get a la carte, like some pillowcases and a fitted sheet or whatever. And you can do that, and you can mix and match the colors and patterns so they look super cute. Our Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets we've ever slept on. And now it's time for your upgrade. Brooklinen.com is giving an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get 10% off your first order and free shipping when you use promo code BRAIN at brooklinen.com. Brooklinen is so confident in their product that all their sheets, comforters, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. The only way to get 10% off your first order and free shipping is to use promo code BRAIN at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code BRAIN. Brooklinen, these are the best sheets ever.
I have to get some new pillowcases because I keep forgetting to take my makeup off before I go to bed.
Sarah!
So, I know. And I've been wearing, I'll wear waterproof mascara, and I can't get it out of my pillowcases.
That is tragic.
I know. That's dumb. So I'm going to get some new ones, and then I'm going to I got makeup wipes to put next to my bed. I blame Landon.
Why?
Here's why. Because he goes to bed at 9:30, and I don't get home from the clinic till 9 or 9:30 or 10 sometimes. And then he's like really trying to have better sleep habits and has had a lot of trouble with insomnia lately. And so he's like, no lights in the room, the TV has to be off, no all that stuff. And so I can't go in there to do all my nightly routine. I mean, I suppose I could move it into the other bathroom, but then I feel like we're like roommates. I don't know. I just need to get over that. So I'm just like, I sneak up into bed and then I just go to bed because I don't want to disrupt him. But at what cost, Susie? At what cost?
I totally get it because that is such a pain, but I
hate doing it. So I just got some face wipes anyways. That's just my own problem.
That's my own problem.
Yes.
That bedtime thing is a real situation. Like if your schedule isn't the same as your partner,
it's real bad. And then, and then I almost feel, because we kind of have our little routine down where he goes to bed. We have a little bit of time together, and then he goes to bed, and then I have kind of my own time where I'll do something crafty and make my jewelry and all the fun stuff that I like to do, and or organize a drawer, like my other favorite thing. And then I'll go to bed, and then I sleep in probably an hour or two later than he does, and I feel like that's his time to kind of like get up. He's alone, whatever he wants to do. But then when I try to go to bed at the same time as him, I'll go to bed at 9:30 with him. It's so nice and wonderful. Wake up with him. But I almost feel like I'm like intruding on his, it makes me feel like, am I able, is this okay? And I shouldn't feel like that. And it's silly. And he's like, I don't care. But I don't know.
Do you, like if he stays up late, do you feel like, hey, what are you doing? This is my time?
No. A
little bit.
I feel like I can't just like dive into my jewelry making and all those fun things.
Right.
Your
like, witchy woman routine.
Yeah. It seems, and then like you don't want to do that with it. Like, I don't know. It just seems like weird that have somebody.
What kind of jewelry are you making?
Well, I made, so at school we have, or at the clinic we have key card entry to get into all the doors. Yeah. So, and we had these stupid, ugly lanyards. Well, they're not stupid. Thank you for giving them to me. Whatever. They're these like just red basic lanyards that were just like blah and not cute. And so for Christmas, I made all the girls at the clinic beaded ones with like cute beads and all the bead like based on like outfits that they wear, and I like matched it to like their style and everything. And so I made them for all the girls, and now we have the new wave of people coming into the clinic, and they're like, oh my god, I want one of those too. So I'm charging $20 a necklace. And
no way.
Which, is only like $15 for materials and $5 for my time. So it's not like I'm running a business over here. I'm just like, breaking even. But I like doing it, and now I've become like the
oh my god.
Yeah,
You're
like the jewelry store. But it's like my self-care, so it's nice that I can make some money off of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm
I
sure
got
they're
4
grateful.
orders. Yeah, they sure are.
Oh my gosh.
And one girl's
Somebody
like, I gotta get
asked me-
2 for my friends at the other clinic too.
That's nice.
Yeah, real sweet.
I forget if it was at the Challenge Mania event or somewhere, and someone said, is Sarah's Etsy store gone? And I said, I think it is for now. Maybe it'll come back. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. I just don't have the free time. In fact, I need to update our bio, speaking of which, and fix that, because I don't want to be sending people to someplace where they can't get any goods,
yeah, the old bait and switch.
Right. I don't want to do that. I got to update. Anyways, yep.
What I forget. Oh, when you said watering can earlier, it reminded me of an article that I had read, because I was picturing at first when you said that, like a water bottle. Because didn't you lose a water bottle?
Yeah.
Did you ever find it?
No. I'm so annoyed. But I bought the exact same one, and then with my P-Touch label maker that you got me, thank you, Susie, one of the best gifts I've ever received, I labeled it with my name and phone number.
Oh my God.
I decorated it with a bunch of stickers so that I'll never lose it. And now I bring it everywhere.
So that no one will want it.
Yeah. Of course, it's not with me right now, but obviously.
Well, the article that I read was about how it was in the Atlantic, and it was that water bottles are now sort of like a status symbol.
Totally.
What is that about?
Oh my God, Suze, you said it. And I learned this a couple years ago. So I have a friend who's from DC. Well, she's from California, but she lived in DC for a bit. Shout out to Aggie. She's the coolest. And it's actually her birthday, like right about now too. And she introduced me to, my starts with an N.
Nalgene or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They were like the trendy, cool water bottles for the kind of almost like the hippie people. Yeah. Like if they are REI,
Nalgene.
And people would get Nalgene, yes. And they would get them and put stickers all over them. They'd always be like, mountainy REI style, like those kind of stickers.
Yes.
And she's somebody that I was like, man, I love her. Like, she's such a role model for me in my life. She's like, she's like a Clean Air Act lobbyist for like, she's like so cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I'm like, oh my God, this is like what the cool, like people who are in the know and like care about the environment, they use this. And like, they're like, no BPA and no water bottles. And I think from there it grew into this whole thing. And then the new ones, the Hydro Flask. I mean, they're like $100 for a water bottle. Are you out of your GD mind?
Right. I mean, I have a water, I don't know how much it was, maybe $50, but
come on.
I use it every day, all day. So
Well, I get
it's
it.
cost
That's
per use.
That's the argument. But I bought one that's essentially a knockoff version of those Hydro Flask ones on Amazon. All the same, steel lining. It was like $16. And also mine fits in my cup holder.
I don't know. You got to find the perfect one for you, though, because it's very personal.
It is. And I think there is something to that. That was part of my New Year's resolution, was the stay hydrated. And so to make sure I stuck with that, I took a page out of your book with finding like the water bottle that spoke to me so that I would always keep it with me. And it happened to be the second time it spoke to me since I lost it the first time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really love the idea of conspicuous consumption where you get something that's a certain brand or whatever as like a way to signal that you're either, I don't know, socially conscious or wealthy or whatever it is. It's kind of gross, but I mean, the ones that, if you like the ones that are expensive, nothing wrong with that.
And I feel like how it evolved to be a status symbol, like, isn't the worst thing, Like, this friend of mine, she cared about the environment. This was when we were first starting to talk about how many water bottles we waste and everything. So it was like the habits of the people who were, being environmentally conscious became popular. And what the heck is wrong with that? I mean, at least that's my thought.
The millennial generation is all about this sort of environmentalism, sustainability, whatever. So it makes sense that item would represent that movement. But who would have predicted? And I guess people at the gym, I don't know because I don't go to the gym, but they take all these selfies, and a lot of times the water bottle is sort of like in the frame.
Okay. Well, and then with all, I can imagine it's a whole thing. Then with all the different colors they have, and like how wearing, athleisure with the matching it's like all matchy. Yeah. Yep, I'll probably be looking through Pinterest of some outfits that match my water bottle now.
I can't imagine. I understand like leaving your water bottle on accident, but who would ever steal one? Nobody. I would never. I just left it somewhere accidentally. I know it. And I didn't have my phone number on it, so nobody called me. Right. That is tragic. I hate that.
I really wish I had my phone number on those pair of Tiffany's sunglasses that I left at the drugstore one time. I know I left them there. I know I did.
It's the worst.
It's the only item that I've like ever lost that I, never got back, and like that wasn't just stolen. That was like my dumbass leaving it somewhere. The one thing I spend money on, gosh, kicking myself for that.
And we know that Sarah's also kicking herself for not washing her face at night.
Yep.
And I am going to report her to the BioClarity police, who will not be pleased with this because they make it so easy at BioClarity. They give you this skin routine of your choice. And are you doing the clean skin one or the essentials?
I kind of mix it up. So I do like the clean skin one when, I have the...
Trouble's brewing.
Yeah, I have the spot treatment or the, what do they call salicylic acid one that I step to that I really love and is necessary for me in certain places. But then I just really love the new serum that they have. So that's kind of become my go-to.
Well, I use the clear skin routine because I have problem skin and it's so embarrassing and annoying. And I have found this to be the solution, which is insane because it's super soothing on your skin. It's not that harsh stuff that leaves you red and is abrasive. And their products are 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and compared to the competitors, it is such a bargain. And that's another reason why I love it. It's an affordable option that is effective. Get healthier, more radiant skin by going to bioclarity.com. And right now, for our listeners, when you purchase a skincare routine, you'll get a free clarifying mask. I love their masks. With your order. That's a $25 value for free. But you need to enter our code, which is Brain Candy, at checkout. So go to bioclarity.com and get your free clarifying mask when you purchase a routine when you use our code Brain Candy at checkout. And I like when people tell me how it's going for them because it's encouraging to know.
And also, in my defense, washing my face at night hasn't been too big of an issue where I've been like, oh my God, I need to do it because my skin's so freaking good. Washing it once in the morning seems to be adequate right now with my BioClarity. So,
good. You're
Who
lucky.
knows? Imagine what it'll look like if I actually follow the routine as prescribed. Woo! Be glowing.
Right. You'll be a new woman. You'll start aging in reverse. Okay, so what about how now that weed is legal in certain states, including California, there are all these companies that, like, I think it was Nordstrom, maybe Barney's, that are doing these like luxury grinder and rolling papers and all this stuff. Have you seen this stuff?
No.
I thought Sarah is going to get on that train.
No, I won't.
Oh, why?
Because I think that it's dumb that companies are taking something that's inexpensive, that's like, I don't like, it's the same as when a lot of these stores like Anthropologie, for as much as I love Anthropologie, I mean, I love it. Forget it. I'll wear everything. But they're selling like these witchy crystal sets that are like a bajillion dollars. And I'm like, stop selling sage for $20. That stuff costs $2.99, and you can get it from like the Native American stores where you're actually getting the real stuff, not like where it's going through a bunch of people and putting money in the hands of the people who are not the ones who started this or, you know, culturally aligned with that and everything.
Right.
So that part, I'm like, well, come on.
Why don't you like it for weed though?
I just feel like when you turn like something like that into like a designer, well, you know, then you can also, well, no. Okay.
If they make it prettier, I can't say that the industry has been very pretty over the years.
That's true. That's
true. They could use a little makeover, you know what I mean?
But I'm like sad. But what I would, if the quality gets better, I like that because I'm trying to think of like, you know, comparing it to maybe the alcohol industry. And I'm the first thought that came to my mind was, you know, well, it wouldn't matter like the different glasses. And I'm like, wait a sec, yes, it does. You know, a nice wine glass makes all the difference and a huge difference. And I know because I went to a tasting that was just about glass shape with like the same wine but different glasses and stuff. It was one of the most informative wine seminars I'd ever been to. I learned so much. And basically had to be snooty at a restaurant. Be like, oh, no, I don't want that glass. But
really? You would say that at a restaurant?
No, I would never. I was making a joke. I would never. But I guarantee you some people will do that now. And that was their takeaway. But so if it improved the quality of the product, like if they improved on it to where the same as if you change the shape of the wine glass, you can get more from that. Like if they changed the tools in which you use to, I don't know. But now I just use those pens that like the vape stuff because, you know, if I choose to partake, because then it's like not bad for your lungs.
Oh, okay. So you're off the regular weed train.
I mean, if somebody's passing a joint at a concert, I'm not going to be like, no, you know, come on. Okay, I went to see Weezer a little while ago and you betcha.
Yeah, right. Okay.
How could I not?
Right, you're only human.
I'm only human, and it's only legal. Landon was like, you need to stop being so worried about, like, do you understand that this is like, you know.
You're
like,
allowed now.
Yes, and I'm always like, oh my God, no, we can't. Like, I'm such a, yeah.
Do
not do drugs with me. I'm like not cool.
Did you?
Because I don't want to do them. I'm going to fake doing shots and whatever. You know.
Right, you turned it into a real
such
square.
a square, right.
We were tagged in an article about pufferfish. Did you see it?
Oh, no. They're adorable.
This is speaking of getting high. Pufferfish, you know, they puff up and if whatever is in there is toxic to other fish, except dolphins who use the puff and get high and pass it to their friends.
Okay. Wow. You know, oh gosh. Dolphins, man.
Right?
They're really...
Dolphins are people too.
They are. I feel like they are. What is that about? You know, because I went to, in my very first class on basically like psychopharmacology and like drugs and alcohol studies, where they were talking about that it is part of really like this this basic human drive and urge in some way to alter your mental state. And that we start this is from very young, you can see this. And the example is kids spinning around in circles to get dizzy and then fall over.
Oh, wow.
That's essentially them enjoying the feeling of changing their mental state with an external stimulus.
Yeah, right.
Stimuli. And you can kind of see that is the same kind of feeling in a way where, somebody would feel after like doing drugs or whatever like that.
For sure.
And it's like this biological, like it's in us that we want to do this.
Why do we want that?
I don't remember that section of the class ever being fully explained, but just that it is in there. And this like, maybe something about like altering our consciousness to gain awareness, but the intention of like why you're going into it matters, or who knows. But I just think it's interesting that dolphins do this because it shows, we see these things that, I don't think it's us anthropomorphizing animals. I think these animals really do have similar, biological behaviors to people, especially dolphins. I mean, that's changing they desire to change their mental state is what they're doing, what you're seeing. And there are other animals who choose to eat plants that are poisonous because, like, I think it's deer who eat a certain plant that makes them high too. But it's like only certain times of the year when they do it and they know to eat it. There's like a whole bunch of different stories of animals who do this. But I think it's really interesting that you say they pass it to their friends too. Because, hey, puff, puff, pass. Or I guess in this case, puffer, puffer, pass.
Exactly. It's the same. It really is. Just like people do in a room when they pass a joint.
Also, that may have been my best joke ever. At least that's like my favorite.
It's classic Sarah.
Classic. I will definitely be listening to this episode just so I can laugh at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. And I wonder how they discovered that as a collective thing, because for most for most the puff would be toxic or deadly or something, but some dolphin did it and then like spread the word. I mean, how did they realize that this was going to be good times? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oral history. Oral tradition.
Yeah. Right. And it's like, it's just like the frog we had talked about in some episode about, the frogs that have like the poisonous secretion off their back. That like, how many other animals did you lick before you were like, oh, that one, Or it's okay. So they say for people that, everything is, we watch animals' interactions with, back in the day, we would watch animals' interactions with these, plants and things in our environment. And it's like, okay, the deer ate that and then he got sick and, that wasn't good. So maybe we shouldn't eat those. But, then you see another animal eat something and you're like, oh, well, he looks like he's like tripping out. So maybe we should try that. But I can't figure it out for dolphins because how would they even learn that?
Yeah, that's so weird to me.
Because that stuff would just kill the other animals. So what would in their brain would say, oh, we should try that?
Yes, exactly. Bizarre. But adorable.
Yeah. Good on dolphins. It's probably aliens. They came down and they were like, people, dolphins. You rule the sea and you rule the land.
Aren't you surprised that humans haven't made dolphins actual pets?
Well, I think it's a matter of space, Suze.
Yeah, no, I know why, but it just seems like something we would have tried.
That's so I bet there are how I was watching this documentary on Vice about how in Saudi Arabia it's becoming very popular to have these exotic animals, and this has been going on for a long time. But posing with pictures of a bunch of money and the fancy cars, and you have like cheetahs on leashes, and then they'll like take the cheetahs out into the middle of the desert and they'll race them with like rabbits and whatever they do to animals to, have like hunting parties and stuff with these animals. And so if they're doing that, I bet there are ones who have a big enough pool to where, or I would imagine it's more like sharks, not dolphins.
What? Oh yeah, those things.
They have.
People do have those in their aquariums.
Yeah, I bet it's like the sharks because it's all fucking dudes doing this. It was like that one lady who had a monkey and that's it. And then a bunch of guys who want to live with a tiger. And like Justin Bieber.
Even
Come
when
on.
I don't know what you're talking about, it's still funny. Like when you're like, that one lady. Like I know
You know
who
the
mean.
story of the lady who had the monkey and then she ripped her friend's face off?
Yes, I do know her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was referring to.
She ripped her friend's face.
Well, the monkey ripped her friend's face off.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Did that lady die or did she get the face transplant?
I think she got the face transplant.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, I would end it all for sure.
I mean,
I don't
that
want a
is-
face transplant.
Whew. So stay away from monkeys.
Just before we go, I had read this short little article and watched a video about how this company is trying to make tooth polish a thing like nail polish, but for teeth.
No. Hell to the no. So, why? So we could look like we're all pretending to be like Howdy Doody or whatever, and like with who's one of those characters that has like you black out the tooth and you're
Yes.
yeah, some character like that.
It reminded me of you, though, because the person that created it said that she's a very colorful person and she just wanted another way that she could do like a pop of color. And
Okay.
And so you paint it on just like you would a nail, and it lasts for 24 hours even while you eat and drink. And you could do like glitter or pastels, or
I'm gonna need to see a picture of this. I wonder, do you think a quick Google search will?
Yeah, it's on thecut.com, and it was, will tooth polish ever be a thing?
Tooth polish. All right. Tooth
And
polish.
see what you think. I don't know. I kind of thought this could go either way with Sarah. She'll either hate it or she'll be like, I got to get some.
Well, yeah, you are right about that, and I'm gonna file this under a hate it one. I can't find any pictures, but
Maybe I'll get you
Tooth
some for your birthday.
polish. Oh my God, could you imagine? At least just for picture's sake.
What kind would you get? Like bright, pastel?
Well, it has
glitter?
to be bright because
Right.
then if not, it'll just look like
Bad teeth.
this is. Wait, no. Okay, now this. I don't know. What did you say? Where can I find this?
Thecut.com.
Cut. Now, does it kind of look matted?
No,
Is
it looked shiny.
Like
Basically like nail polish.
Okay. Yeah. Is this it? Yes. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's the one.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
You're
but
into
no,
it?
no, I'm not. It looks like you have lipstick on your it just looks
It
like you have blue
does.
lipstick on your teeth. I hate it.
It does.
And it doesn't look it or you know what it looks like? It looks like you ate blue dye. What is that? Blue dye number 5, I think. It's the
Yeah.
really bad one that like stains your insides. Oh my God, don't ever
a
eat
popsicle or something.
it. And it looks like that.
yeah.
I'm
All right.
not
We're going to
into it.
vote no on that.
I'm going to vote no. What did you feel about the diamonds in teeth?
I mean, I could get into that.
I know for some reason I could too.
I mean, they're pretty.
I kind of think so
I'm
too.
not going to do it, but
Me
if you
neither.
did it, I'd be like, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I would kind of be into that. I mean, I won't do it because it would bug me, and I'm like a feeling person. That sensation would bug me so much. Ooh, actually, in fact, it kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it.
All right,
Nope,
we're going to
nope,
vote
nope.
no on that then.
Voting no
Okay.
on all that.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to go for today and say happy birthday to Sarah.
Thank you, friends.
And now we'll, save a corner piece of cake for me. And we hope for her birthday you will leave a 5-star review.
Yes.
And subscribe to the show.
Yeah. Oh,
That'll be a nice
real
little present.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.